I got a little history lesson for you today. Back in 2011, the leadership team got together and we were meeting, and we realized that maybe our church kind of hit a plateau. Attendance-wise, number-wise, with attendance, our church had been like 350 people, average attendance, average weekly attendance, for 3 years straight. And during that meeting, somebody just kind of verbalized, it looks like we've hit a plateau. I don't even remember who said that, and I don't even remember what happened at the rest of the meeting. All I know is that was like a stab in my heart. It looks like we've plateaued. That's not good. Because if you understand anything about any organization, once you hit a plateau, what's usually next? The decline. Man, we can't let that happen. That's not good. We can't let that happen. So without being proactive about things, things just start to die. So we began to pray. About a month later, one of my preaching mentors and personal friend, heard me sharing about, our possible, plateau. And he said, have you ever considered maybe narrowing your focus? Have you ever considered maybe a 3-year ministry strategy? We were like, what's that? And he went on to explain the gist of, just kind of narrowing things down instead of having a real long-term vision. What if it's just 3 years? When he explained it, we were like, we're in. And so we developed immediately a plan that would go from 2012, 2013, and 2014. We named that strategy Beyond. Because we knew as a church, we would have to go beyond. We wanted to go beyond where we were in the moment. We have to go beyond. Beyond. Then, for 2015, 16, and 17, kind of concluding today, we named our 3-year strategy Thrive. We want you to thrive. We want our church to thrive. And we kind of nailed down some specific things we just knew that would allow our church to thrive. And so the next one that's going to carry us through 2018, 2019, and 2020. Can you believe I'm talking about 2020? It's coming really fast. And our next strategy is, it's going to start next week. You thought I was going to tell you today? Come on. It's going to start next week, and we're going to start unveiling next week what our next strategy is for the next 3 years. It's going to help us focus in an incredible way. So what I'm telling you, here at The Crossing, ministry here, we reboot ourselves every 3 years. Every so often you have to, download the new, edition for your iPhone. Well, every 3 years, we reboot the system. We download a new operating system every 3 years. That keeps us from hitting a plateau. That allows us to keep evaluating. That allows us to keep growing and keep maturing and keep going to the next level. And so every 3 years, we reboot a strategy. We kind of recalibrate with a new focus. What's the Lord want us doing? And so we really get that whole example from Jesus. When you look at the life of Jesus, you're going to remember that he started his public ministry at his baptism, when he was baptized, and he finished his ministry when? At the cross. Anybody want to take a guess at how much time it is from the baptism to the cross? 3 years. So that tells me that in 3 years, Jesus accomplished the mission the Father had for him. From baptism to the cross, he got her done. In 3 years, he accomplished what the Lord wanted him doing. So our leadership team here at the church operates in that fashion. So every 3 years, we escape, we go on a retreat together, and we start brainstorming and asking, okay, what's the Lord want us to accomplish in the next 3 years? We start praying and planning and listening and evaluating and asking all kinds of questions, and we actually walk through a detailed process that helps us listen loud and clear what the Lord wants us doing next. Well, next week we're going to unleash a new 3-year ministry strategy that's going to take us to 2018, 2019, and 2020. But before we go there, today, I want us to celebrate the success and the conclusion of thrive. The ministry strategy for the last 3 years. It has served us well, and the Lord has used it in incredible ways.
So I'm Ed Ganser,
And I'm Sue Ganser.
and we headed up the First Impression team, ministry team, which was important to us because we feel like it's critical when people come to our church that they feel a warm, welcoming church.
Amen.
And it's not always the case at a lot of churches, but we wanted it to be here, and we feel like our team excelled and really accomplished that.
Yeah, we have gotten so much feedback from you and Don and Adam and about people coming through the process classes and saying how warm and welcoming our church was. And I think our team, First Impression team, were rock stars. I mean, they were so loving on everybody that came in. They really showed the love of Jesus and hugged people and welcomed them and, took that role to heart, I think, and did an amazing job.
A lot of them serving multiple services, some of them all 3 services, just jumping in, and if there was an opening, they jumped in and just excelled. So we really, really appreciate the job they did. I think it was great for them, especially the brand new people, because they got a chance to meet and see all new people coming in. So it's a great way to meet people that you don't know in the church, and some of them were shy, and they're no longer shy.
Yes.
They were on the doors manning it. So I think it was awesome for them.
Yeah. Any room for anybody else to join your team?
Oh, we always, we think it is the best place for a new person because you do get to see all the faces and meet so many people. And I think that it's fresh in your mind how it meant to you to be welcomed. And so it makes you really good at welcoming a new person because you know how important it was.
Plenty of room, Mark.
Plenty of room.
I love it.
Yeah, same with us with 3 services. You don't always meet the people at the other service. So if you're working the doors in multiple services, you get a chance to meet people that maybe you wouldn't have met. So
I love our church family, so it's great for me to have an excuse just to say good morning.
Yes.
Get some hugs and.
Well, I want to, Ed and Sue, I just want to tell you how much we love you. We're so thankful for you, proud of you and your team. Just making sure people are there, just with a warm welcome. It's so important, and it's all about connections. Thank you.
Glad to. I'm Jeff Clark. I'm a co-chair of the church maintenance facilities maintenance team, and co-chair of that team with John Hanson, who is a real asset. And actually, our whole team is 10 members. Each of us have kind of taken on a separate role and taken on a task, and some more than one. So it's exciting to work with a team that's so devoted and energetic.
I tell you, Jeff, just in the last couple of years, watching the development of your team and them in action has been thrilling, and just allows so much more to happen here because of your team.
Well, everyone seems to have been handpicked. I mean, we have a lot, such a variety of things that we work on. But everyone, when the list comes out, somebody raises their hand and volunteers. And it's an area that they have expertise in from life, and they bring it to the table, and it's been fun, really, to work with such a dedicated team. Well, when you see them take the work that we have here, we meet here once a month, second Sunday of every month, and discuss the things that need to be dealt with. They take that home with them, and they work. They work. In their spare time. Sometimes they take off work to go meet with contractors and meet here with folks to solve problems, and it's pretty amazing. It's not just meeting once a month, sitting here and chatting. They're out there working. Well, it's given us some focus. It's given us a purpose it's something to shoot for and to really concentrate on. And I think it's pretty obvious that it's been successful. Well, for one thing, the team didn't even exist at that point. So, so maintenance, for example, was done on a crisis management basis, and
Help!
The phone would ring, and we'd have to go scare somebody up. And so the progress has been made in that period of time. Really, we've been up and running for probably 2+, a little bit more than 2 years.
Yeah,
it's phenomenal, just phenomenal.
And just remind the church at the beginning of 2015, Easter of 2015, which is really the beginning of what was the special. What happened at that time with the Cove?
Well, the building was brand new.
It was brand new.
Yeah.
It was finished, And, and I want to you led the way with the team of making sure that was a reality. And so we as a church want to thank you. We love you. You're an incredible gift to our church, your whole team. Way to help us thrive.
Well, I appreciate that. Many, many thanks. And the key word there is team. I mean, certainly have a lot of people that surrounded me to bring this all along. And it's been a pleasure.
Takes a great team. Thank you, Jeff.
Thank you.
Appreciate you.
I'm Chris Bohinski. I'm a youth leader here at the Cove, leading first through third graders. And Thrive has been, it's been amazing. I can't even remember what it was like to not have kids ministry. You know, we've come so far in such a short amount of time. It's been a great blessing. There's kids reading the Bible. We're having great discussions. My kids are thriving. I'm blessed by the other leaders here. We have teenagers getting involved, which is good to see. The kids lead. There's days where the kids are involved, and I just sit back and see the progression of them learning and be able to take that next step. The team takes it seriously. The team is thriving. There's definitely, an air about this place where we don't want to let the kids down, but obviously starting back at the beginning, we don't want to let the Lord down. So
Right.
There's definitely a level of expectation that we all put on ourselves. There is no church without the kids, so we definitely see the importance. Well, I definitely see kids that would not pray in a group setting before. And now it's gone from that to kids asking when we're going to pray. And I have kids that will come up here and sit with me, and they'll pray. And there's definitely, you can see them thriving and building a real relationship with God, not just reading the Bible and memorizing verses. They want to know what it is they're supposed to be doing and how to have those conversations with the Lord.
What have you personally appreciated about Thrive, or 3 years of Thrive?
It's been hard because there's days or weeks or even months where you don't feel anything happening. You don't feel like you're thriving to the degree that you should be, and then you're reminded that God has a timing and a plan, and that it's not going to happen instantly. And if it's hard some days to have faith and stick with the plan that's being laid out in front of you. But in the end, you look back at 3 years and you think, wow, this has been an amazing progression as we go through time.
So you've spent 3 years back in the Cove ministering to kids. You ready for another 3 years?
Yeah, we can't. I'm looking forward to January, and I got some ideas for the next 3 months, and we're looking forward to just getting through the holiday season and starting the new year.
Hello, church. I'm Bob Pettigo. I've been part of the leadership team for the past 3 years and have committed to doing so again for the next 3 years.
Yes.
Part of that commitment has been looking over the finances of the church, and so there are some exciting numbers that I have to bring to you.
Yes.
So I think the biggest thing that's happened over the past 3 years is we have had 100 baptisms, so 100 people added to the kingdom.
Hallelujah.
And the other big number for the past 3 years is our attendance has grown by 143 people. Almost 33% growth in
Yes.
3 years. So
Thank you,
that's
Lord.
very good. So our average attendance for this year is right around the 543. Other numbers for the church is that our contributions have been about $1 million each year.
Yes.
And as we are committed to the principle of the tithe, we have been given over 100,000 to missions each year. So way to go, church. The other really exciting news is that we have reduced our debt by $800,000. And
Praise the Lord.
If we continue to get the Lord blessings the way that we do and still have people committed to the principle of tithe, our goal, and we know that God can do immeasurably more than what we ask for, that all this debt would be gone after these next 3 years.
Yes.
So it's an exciting time. We're looking forward to 2018. And way to go, church.
Way to go, church. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Well, the Compassion team is kind of the team that I head up, and it's an incredible group of people. Over the last 3 years, we've probably doubled in size and just have some amazing people pouring out the love and compassion of Jesus everywhere, all the time. And this last 3 years, I think in 2015 and 16, we sponsored 100 kids with Big Brothers Big Sisters Christmas program. And this last year, 2017, as you know, anybody that's been at the Christmas party, we sponsored 70 people,
Awesome.
from 9 families. Obviously, like I said, the team growing and just having more time together, brainstorming and really scheduling individuals to be on top of pouring out compassion and love, sending cards to people that are hurting, be on top of hospital visitation, knowing what's happening with people that are hurting. Just this last year, trying to bring together this new Christmas program just took a lot of time and energy developing what was about to unfold and spending a lot of time in prayer with that. But the yard sales over the last 3 years, they've kind of been over the top with some of the work that we've done, and great days of service and love buckets, and just some awesome opportunities just to love on people right in our community. I think most rewarding for me, especially through Thrive, is just watching our church family just thriving together. The unity that it's brought in individual lives, watching them thrive personally, and then just as all together as a family, just thriving and seeing new growth and seeing the fruit of the compassion and the love that we're pouring out in such an abundant way. Our church family is growing leaps and bounds, and not just in numbers, but in people and faith, and just really just growing our family together. It's been really exciting because everyone needs compassion. And Jesus came, to pour out compassion and love on hurting people, and that's what we need to do. And if we don't have a specific team that's looking for those opportunities and leading our church by the hand in doing that, I think we would miss out on a lot of opportunities just to love on people and to point them to Jesus.
What would you, just as a final hurrah for Thrive, what would you like to say to the Compassion team as a whole?
I would say, way to go, Compassion team. I love our Compassion team, and I'm so thankful for each and every person on that team and for their heart to just always go above and beyond and just loving on people, being there for people. As soon as they hear of a need, they just want to jump right in and meet that need and come alongside of people. So I'm so blessed to be a part of such an amazing team and such huge-hearted people that just love the Lord and just want other people to know His love and to feel His compassion in such a real way. So, way to go, Compassion team!
Yes.
Yes.
Way to go.
Yes.